says you can't wear blue eyeshadow? Surely not me, and surely not using the blues out of this Toy Story Colourpop palette with a full base of Colourpop. So if you're interested in this look, stay tuned. Welcome to the Daily Beauty Story. My name is Amanda Hall. I'm 55 years old. I have extremely dry skin. I have lots of fine lines and deeper wrinkling. I have deep set eyes and I have a cool olive undertone. Now, all the other pertinent information is listed down below, including timestamps in case you want to skip to a product. All the product links and makeup tools I use are also listed down below. And if you purchase from those links, I do earn a small commission. So thank you, but not necessary. It does support my channel and my love for makeup and showing you makeup. Today, we are going to finish up with the full face of Colourpop, ending in this Toy Story palette. So let's create a beauty story. So we're back to featuring all the products I've featured in the last two-ish daily beauty stories. I'm going in with the Colourpop Pretty Fresh in Light 33C as my concealer. And how are you doing? We are now into the work week. It is Monday. Hard to believe. Oh, what an interesting weekend. Church yesterday, really great message. Really great message. And we got lots of stuff going on at the church as we get ready for Resurrection Sunday. I have my morning meetings this morning. You know, our church with the pastoral leadership team, we meet today. And we go over, you know, some of the things from yesterday, kind of do like a little debrief. And then I meet with my girlfriend who's also part of that. And so we meet before that to talk over scripture and life. And so, yeah, so a little bit busy morning. Mondays are always a busy morning for me, but one of my favorite mornings. I've got lots of stuff coming up I'm super excited about, not only on this channel, but with Holy Week coming up and some things that I've been working on for the church. Lots of good stuff coming up. So, you know, I got lots in the hopper. Busy week. Busy week. My nephew's senior prom is this weekend, Saturday, and I'm going to help his girlfriend later this week putting on some of the Kiss Impress under the lash, kind of lash extension products. So she has those on for prom. They're coming over here to get ready. I'll probably help her a little bit with her makeup. So I'm excited. Got a busy week ahead. Busy week. So we shall see. So I'm sorry, I didn't even tell you what this was. This is the Pretty Fresh Tinted Balm. And I am really liking this. This is a medium dark 13. I like how it just kind of seamlessly kind of blends into the skin. It's nice and moisturizing. It does give a little bit of a glow to the skin. It's that balm type. And I just find that it really does last a nice long time. And yeah, so I've been pretty impressed with that. I had the lighter shade, which will be coming in the monthly March month in reviews, which will be up tonight. And this is the Colourpop contour stick. Actually, this is their bronzer stick in Laguna Beach, which is my favorite color. And I use this to contour, chisel, do its thing. I'm getting low on that. That is by far, this one is probably, if I had to say anything, is my probably biggest holy grail in the contour slash bronzer department. I just think the color this leaves is incredible. So it's very, very rainy here. We've had thunderstorms all night, so a little on the lacking of the sleep side, but it's really rainy here. So we're in for a wet day, which is nice. The ground, this is, the season of spring where there usually typically is more rain down here, and things are being watered and grown, and things are starting to pop up out of the soil, including weeds. But things are starting to pop out of the soil. It's a season of growth and refreshment, and I'm just really excited about this season. So I'm going to use the Colourpop Cream Blush, or Liquid Blush, in the color IKTR. Really, this has been in my collection. I didn't really particularly care for it all that much, but it has grown on me over these last few days as I've been using it. Really pretty color. And so I have really liked this. I think I mentioned yesterday that I'm going to be doing an edit of my makeup. Mostly my base makeup. I might do a little bit on my eyeshadows, but I don't think so. I did a pretty good edit of those more recently. Probably put a little bit too much up here on my forehead, but oh well. So just trying to blend all this together so that the colors look a little more pulled together. So that one actually will probably stay, whereas if I had probably not tried it, this past week and this upcoming week, it probably would have gone away. So I'm glad I decided to keep it, try it again and give it a little bit of a go. And so it'll definitely be staying. This is the Light Stick in Glazy, more that champagne color. So yesterday I was really nervous to try the greens in the Toy Story palette, and I honestly was super shocked and wowed by those greens. So I would say I'm probably as nervous to try the blues today. But, and hopefully it will wow and shock me like yesterday's did. But if not, we roll. That's how I roll. We're gonna rock it and make it work to the best of our abilities for the day. So let's see here. Where am I at now? Okay, brows. I have been using the NYX brow pencil in Cool Ash Brown, and I've been using the Holy Strokes in Espresso. This Espresso is pretty dark. I may, it's hard to really, for me, my holy grails for a more pen-like brush is the NYX Lift and Snatch and the Maybelline Build-A-Brow. But those pens aren't as fine tipped as this, so I'm thinking about picking this up in like a taupe, or if they have a like a Cool Ash Brown, something to give that a try in a different color. So I'm on the lookout for that. I was going through, I don't know if you can hear that or not, or if my mic will filter that out or not, but it's raining pretty good outside. I film, near a window. Well, in the room here too, you can hear it coming down pretty good because it's coming down pretty good. So this by far has become my favorite color, this Cool Ash Brown by NYX. I think it does a really nice job of being dark enough yet cool toned, which is by far, ooh, there's the thunder. By far is, the the color of choice for me. I really just have been enjoying this color quite a bit. So I would have to say that this is by far one of my top products that I use for my eyebrows. So let's go in with this. And I think the trick with this for me to start was there was not a lot of color in the tip. And so store it upside down gets that product to the tip and makes it a little easier. So once you take it out of the packaging, before you use it, I would store it upside down. I was disappointed when I tried it in a first impressions video and it didn't come out really with any product in it. But then once I stored it upside down, it worked much better. There's more pigment in the tip and it does a really nice job of fine strokes, especially for me who has sparser brows. So we're gonna let that sit for a second. And I realized I hadn't been putting products in my brows and I'm like, why are my brows not looking like they're staying up, like they seem droopy? And it was because I hadn't used any product in them. I'm gonna use the NYX super glue on my brows. This probably was my holy grail before the Maybelline Super Lock. That Maybelline Super Lock does a really good job. I really like it. And I think they're very similar products. I like the smaller brush on this for sure. But I also like the L'Oreal Brow Lamination wax. That's really nice too. But it isn't as firm in the brows. And so I feel this just gives that firmness that I like, that stay quality. But I do have a new one that's in my Sephora cart that I'm pulling the trigger on today. So that it'll take 2 weeks to get here because of the sale. So I think we've got the base looking really good. And I have to say, this base has been a huge winner for me. Like, the glowiness is just perfection. The colors, everything just, I have felt that my base is probably one of the prettiest ones I've done in a long time. And so I'll be sad not to use this more regularly, but you will definitely see these things creeping back in. I'm excited. I've got some new products to try for you guys coming up. And so, but let's create an eyeshadow look. All right, we are back in the Toy Story palette and we are going to tackle these two blue colors. We'll probably go in, I'm probably going to use this brown color over here and as the base. We'll see. I might play a little bit with these brown colors as well with this blue. So we'll see how that goes. All right, let's just get started. I'm going to go in with Saddle Up, which again is this kind of warmer brown color. And it's a little bit warmer than I would like, but since we're going to go in, I mean, and it's also really pigmented, go in with the blues over it. So I just need to give myself a good start here. So are you ready for the work week? You ready for your week ahead? Do you have any special plans this week? It was really nice. I got to talk to my dad and my sister and my niece and my brother-in-law yesterday, which was really nice. And I haven't talked to them in a little bit. So we're making plans for Christmas. going down to Mexico, which is going to be so much fun. I'm so excited about that. So we were talking about that. That she's actually on a 2-week spring break right now. So she's enjoying her time off, but she is golfing. So she is keeping busy, which is good. Okay, I'm just going to darken this up with this brown just to kind of, this is like a shimmer brown. I didn't even look to see what the name of this is. Oh, this is Giddy Up. Giddy Up. And I'm just going to add a little bit more depth out here to add the blue to, so let's see. I'd watched this gal a long time ago, a couple years ago probably, and she did swatches of eyeshadow palettes on her eyes. So you see a lot of creators will do, especially beauty creators, will do the swatches on their arm. What do you think if I did swatches on my eyes to show you guys these colors? Would that help you at all? Would that give you an idea? You know, maybe when I go into a new palette, I could do that. I just thought, oh, that might be an interesting to see it actually on the eye versus just putting it on the, and you know, I have some room up here. I could definitely swatch and show you guys what that looks like. So just wondering, would you be interested in that? I could add that to the repertoire. Okay, so I'm gonna go in with Star Command. So this blue is Star Command, and we're gonna go, I'm gonna use my finer tip brush, and I'm just gonna go in here. And we're gonna go in this outer corner. Ooh, that is bright. Go in this outer corner. You know, this more dense pointed brush definitely applies more product in a denser way. It's not as easier to fluff out, blend out. So actually just gonna come in here. Actually, I'm gonna come in a little bit further with this than I normally do because we've got the lighter shadow that's gonna go on as well. I thought I'd get this kind of laid down how I would like it. There's no real light, you know, shimmer in here or glitter. So probably just gonna have to go in with probably the champagne color over, we'll see. Really hadn't strategically planned this one out. I just kind of wanted to see how they all went on and how it blended and see what this all looked like. So I'm going to go a little bit underneath the eye with this. Definitely going to go for that smokier look. Yeah, I would say the only thing that seems more complicated about this palette is it just is a little more color disjointed. It's not like a super cohesive palette, which I understand because they're trying to get on all the colors of the Toy Story characters. So the next one is Bo Peep Blue, which is this kind of light turquoise. And we're gonna put this on the eye. Ooh, more thunder. I don't know if you can hear that, but that one was a pretty good one. And we did have some lightning here yesterday that was like shook the house. It was that close. Like I saw the, you know, I saw the bolt from my living room window. So that one was kind of crazy. So I would say this is definitely probably a little more on leaning green than turquoise blue. But it's pretty. It's pretty. I wouldn't say I'm as wowed today by this one as I was yesterday. I'm pleasantly surprised. The blue is pretty bright. So I actually think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over this with, or I'm just going to put it in the center with, this is Go Ham, I think. Yeah, Go Ham, this pink, just to kind of, I'm just going to go right in the center, just to kind of give it some more has to play a little bit more here. Not sure. I like this look, but we're just gonna rock it today because that's what we do. All right, now I laid that down. Let's go back over it with this just a little bit here to kind of blend this up together. Okay, that's a little bit better. Okay. Yeah, not as exciting of a look today for me. I was excited about the greens yesterday. That was pretty cool. That was a pretty cool, that worked out pretty good. I am just gonna go in with Roundup Gang, which is this champagne color, in the brow bone and in the inner corner. I guess the only colors I really didn't try in this palette were the red and the matte white. I just don't usually use a matte white. But one of the things with putting down like a matte white before you put a shimmer on, it's gonna really make that pop. So what I might do is, maybe I'll just do a short and I'll try showing you what that looks like. But I would be interested to know if you think you would be interested in a swatch on the eyes of eyeshadow palettes. I just think that might help, doing it on like my bigger brow bone that I have here, just to show you what colors are going to look like on my eyes or on your eyes, especially if you have a similar, type of skin color to me. Just thought it might be an interesting way to show you all. What do I want to do here? What do I want to do? What do I want to do? Do I want to, let's do this. I'm going to push a little bit of this blue in the lash line, and we'll deepen up this, kind of smudge it out a little bit, but give it a little bit of depth there. Just pressing that in, using this kind of as like a liner, just to accent that outer corner. Not that I already don't have it accented, but just to give it a little bit more out there so that the mascara is on, it will be okay. So there is the eyeshadow. Yeah, definitely not as wowed as yesterday. It's not bad. It's not bad. The blue is very bright. So it's a good springtime palette. Of course, I loved the purple look that I created out of this palette the first day. Let's see now. Let's go into lashes. And I'm just using my same combination. Nothing exciting about that. So I started watching a new Netflix show called Pulse. It's a doctor show. Since The Pit is coming to an end, I believe, I have to watch. Since my daughter's here, she said we'd watch it together. So she's either leaving tonight or tomorrow, and so that'll be our little. We'll do a little watch session for this next episode. So we're gonna use my lash primer and my Lash Princess. And so I watched the first couple episodes of that. was good. I wouldn't say it, I would recommend it. I'm not as excited as I was about the Pit. The Pit is really good. But this one's pretty good too, so I think it's one of their newer releases, and so I've enjoyed it so far. Okay. Put a little more of this on this outside over here. I always think it looks so funny to see my lashes that color. I feel like they're very white and look very funny. Let's go ahead and use the Lash Princess on there. This is actually, I think, on its last leg too, so we'll do a replacement together probably. It's funny, sometimes when it's raining like this, as long as it's not a sideways rain. Yesterday was kind of a sideways rain because it was really windy. We were in a tornado watch, not a warning, which is more serious. The watch is just, you know, putting people just to, you know, be safe type of thing. And so it was pretty windy here yesterday, and so the rain was kind of going sideways. But when it's a rainy day like this and it's a nice, you know, it's a warmer day, I like to have the door open. I like the sound of the rain. It's calming and soothing for me. I like it. So I like when it rains. I don't like when it's pouring rain, but I like a good steady rain. The sound really is something relaxing about it. Which is probably why I'm not as like pumped as I normally am here. Normally I feel like I have more energy, but with the rain I just feel a little more calm. I just think this combination is just, for the way I like my eyelashes to look, is really a good combination for me. I mean, you can't beat it for under $10. Like, you can't beat it, I don't think. I mean, most of the drugstore mascaras are nowhere near under $10. And I can get two for $10. Two products that make my lashes look how I like them for under $10. Just slightly, but under $10. I definitely think the mascara helps this look come together. You know, makes it a little more pull-offable. I don't think that's a word, but I hate when I do that. Get a little too close, and so here we go. There's the eyes. So I'm just going to use the same combination that I used yesterday. It was a nice combination. It was neutral. It worked well. Let's see. Do I have my liner over here somewhere? Somewhere over the rainbow. Oh, I wonder when let's see here. Well, I don't see it right here on my desk, so we'll just go with the gloss today. No liner. This is the Hits Diff by Colourpop. Go around, that's the gloss. So just glossy. So here is the final look for today. All right, final thoughts. Well, I will have to say that I am really surprised pleasantly that this eyeshadow palette created some very fun and unexpected looks. This one is growing on me a little bit, but it's definitely a little more out of my comfort zone, even with the blues on how bright it is. But I think it is a really pretty spring look. I think this blue with the purples might add a little extra fun take to this. So who knows? I think this actually might make its way into my personal collection just because I think it is a good spring palette. I also like the Aurora Struck for spring, which is their one of their makeup palettes. But I might hold on to this one for a little while. So we'll see. It's been a good start to the month with that palette. Of course, all these Colourpop products, they are a yes from me. I am definitely going to be, most of these were in my collection before. This is a new color to me, which I'm liking the brightness that it's giving underneath my eyes. And then this recently just came out. I do have a lighter shade, which I believe is color 9, but I picked up medium dark 13, and I just like the way that this is on the skin and how it blends. And so these are all going to be sticking around when I do my edit of my collection. And so we got the So Juicy Lip On. This is Hits Diff. The eyebrows, the NYX and the e.l.f. Holy Strokes pen. But overall, I've been loving the base. I have been loving the eye looks that I have been creating. And so remember, every piece of makeup in your collection serves a purpose, and together they create a beauty story. So why not be intentional, be bold, have fun, and of course be you, and create a beauty story you will love. See you tomorrow.